What's up guys, today we're going to be going over the Lucky Pants once again, now with a cool combo that makes them over twice as good as they are normally and turns hunters into monsters for Legend Lost sectors along with Nightfalls. So first we're going to start off by recapping some DPS numbers with the Malfeasance and Last Word, then be going over what that combo is. So if you don't know what the Lucky Pants do now, when you ready a fully loaded hand cannon that deals kinetic damage or damage type that matches your subclass energy type, each hit from that hand cannon increases the damage of the next shot for a short time against a combatant. And as mentioned, this pairs nicely with Malfeasance and also the Last Word. So first looking at damage on Carl without the perk going, 2205 on the body. And now we swap over to the Last Word, it will proc the Lucky Pants perk, and as you see, the damage will last for 6 seconds, so that means we can have 6 seconds of this perk. It will mean 2 mags of the Last Word using Marksman Dodge. So looking at damage on Carl with the perk, all body shots just to see what the percent increase is. As you see, it goes up by quite a bit very quickly, and the max stack will be times 10, hitting 15,432 on the body. So each stack is going to be a 60% increase all the way up to 7x damage, which is quite a lot for a single buff in the game. So if we look at the DPS of Last Word on Carl, all we have to do is look at what the headshot damage is and just apply some math to every single shot. And this will be assuming that we have something like Devil on our team to help hit all crits, or you just have perfect aim. But the 2 mags will take 5.4 seconds, which means DPS is almost 70,000, which is absolutely absurd for a kinetic primary weapon. That is right up there with some of the top heavies in the game. But I think overall the better hand cannon to use is the Malfeasance. I think it's just way easier to hit all of your shots and get the max DPS out of it compared to the Last Word. So looking at damage on Carl, once again there'll be a lot of numbers going on, and we'll just be using some basic math for the DPS numbers. As you see, we can easily kill Carl in under a mag. And now looking at the rate of fire, we should be able to shoot off 18 shots in under 6 seconds, which is how long the Lucky Pants perk lasts. So looking at that, it takes 5.9 seconds, and the DPS during that would be almost 59,000, which is a little bit lower than Last Word, but like I mentioned, a lot easier to actually manage this number in real gameplay situations. But what makes these two hand cannons extremely strong with Lucky Pants is we can pair them with Disruption Break, where breaking an enemy shield with this weapon makes them more vulnerable to kinetic damage for a brief period. So if we look at a Lost Sector boss with a shield on it, normally if you break the shield without Disruption Break, the Last Word will do 2205, just like on Carl. Now we break it with Disruption Break, it'll go up to 3307, and that will last for about 5 seconds. So that's going to be a 50% increase to kinetic damage for 5 seconds, which more or less overlaps with the Lucky Pants 6 seconds. So what you can do is overlap both of those perks going on at the same time, and just pretty much delete everything in the game with the shield. As you'll see, we'll easily kill this Mentor in one mag, and it's not the easiest one to hit crits on, so a lot of these are actually body shots. But if we look at the DPS with this now, the Last Word would go over 100,000 while the Malfeasance would be almost 90,000. And remember, these are kinetic primaries. And we can further combo those even more with High Energy Fire, which will be a 20% buff to your weapon damage as long as you're Chargeable Light. So how we become Chargeable Light is just using Taking Charge, picking up an orb will give us 1 stack of Chargeable Light. I further combo that with stacks on stacks, that way we get 2 stacks of Chargeable Light for every orb. So as long as we're using a Masterwork weapon, that is an infinite combo. I also use Supercharge just to get to ×4, that way you can get up to 4 kills before you lose the 20% buff. And now looking at the damage on the Lost Sector boss once again with this going on, so we have the 50% of Disruption Break, the 20% of High Energy Fire, along with the 7x of the Lucky Pants. Yeah, the boss is just dead. So once again, looking at DPS is now at 123,000 for Last Word and over 106,000 for Malfeasance. And these numbers are, I mean, up there with the highest burst in the entire game. And the last part of the combo you can do purely by yourself is going to be Tethered for a 30% debuff. So throwing that in on top. So now we're doing well over double damage on top of the Lucky Pants 7x already. So we're making our hand cannons do roughly like 15x damage per shot. And yeah, this don't stand a chance. If you look at DPS, the Last Word would be doing over 160 now, while the Malfeasance is 138. And those numbers are up there with, you know, 2 mag rock launchers with Warple. That is absolutely insane burst DPS. But where can you even take advantage of this? There aren't that many shielded bosses in the game. Most are Lost Sector bosses. But the thing is, you can take this into Legend Lost sectors with anti-barrier champions, or even Nightfalls with barrier champions, and when you break a barrier shield with Disruption Break, it will work and proc that 50% buff for your kinetic weapons. And this season there's only one anti-barrier mod from the artifact, and that's going to be Auto Rifle, which means you can use the Shadow Price, which is dropping from this week's Nightfall. So if you don't have it, you can try to get it before Tuesday's reset. If not, it'll be back later this season. And I believe this is the only Auto Rifle with Disruption Break on it. So definitely pick this up if you don't have it already. And you can pair this with the Last Word or the Malfeasance. And what I like to do is use Stasis or a Solar subclass. That way I can pair it with the Thermoclastic Strike on your cloak, which will be able to stun overload champions with your melee. Then I also pair that with Thermoclastic Blooming on my arms to be able to create more orbs to pick up and get stacks of high energy fire. That way I can have the full combo outside the debuff for Legend Lost sectors. I also have a linear fusion rifle with particle deconstruction on. That way for ranged champions or even bosses, I still have a good option there. But more or less, you just use your hand cannon for all 8 champions, even the boss, just any of the higher health targets in the Lost sector. So if we look at how that would work in the game, even for non-barrier champions, you still kill them extremely fast with a Malfeasance or Last Word. But then when you get to the barrier champion, you can bait out their shield, break it with the AR, and yeah, they just die. They almost get 1 mag by Last Word. And if my aim was better with hipfire, I would hipfire them and pretty much 1 mag them. So if you're really good with Last Word, yeah, they're just dead. And this Lost sector I was doing was barrier and overload, so I had anti-barrier AR on, and then also the Thermoclastic Strike. But let's say it was unstoppable instead of overload, I would obviously just put on unstoppable linear fusion rifle, and I would have to drop Thermoclastic Blooming and shift my mods around a little bit, but you could definitely make it work. So overall, this is definitely one of the strongest combos for champions in the game. You can melt any champion solo completely with just primary ammo, which is pretty crazy. I'm definitely looking forward to taking this into Nightfalls. I didn't get a chance to do it yet, but the next time we do a Master Nightfall, I'll definitely take this in and see how well it works in there. It definitely works extremely strong in Legend Lost sectors, and I think it'll be just as good in a team setting in Nightfalls, because even without the combo going on, you're still doing 70,000 DPS from your primary, which is up there with some of the best options in the game anyways. But then when you throw in parts of this combo, for example, Disruption Break, it is pretty much unmatched. And Disruption Break will also help your teammates. So for example, if you have one teammate using the Scepter with the Overcharged Catalyst perk going, if you break the Barrier Shield with the Disruption Break AR, they'll also get that 50% increase for their Scepter damage, and that champion will be deleted. So yeah, this is definitely looking to be one of the best builds whenever there are barrier champions. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for the commentary. The rest of the video will just be some Legend Lost Sector gameplay. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.